Hi, so welcome back again. Really happy to see you. So, what are we going to talk about today? It's going to be the iguana's cues. So, can you actually get them? Like, we know, like dogs and cats, they can actually ask you for stuff. Like, dogs, if they want a treat, they can whine, they can, come to you, they can annoy you quite hard. I've got a dog, I know how it sounds like, looks like, feels like. The same happens with the cats, right? They are definitely loud and assertive. But does this happen with iguanas? So today we are going to find out. So let's look at it from the standpoint of view of reptiles, right? In one of my first videos, right, where I described iguana's care, I told a little bit about routines, right? So routines will be the first point, right, that I would like to discuss. So you have to train them that, for example, if you're giving them the treat, you're giving them the treat on the same spot every single time. For example, for me, it's the top, like right corner of her enclosure. So when my iguana Pazuzu, when she comes up to her enclosure to the top, she comes to the right corner, I will give her her berries over there. So when she wants them, she will actually come over there to ask for them, right? So because she knows like, oh, this is where you usually give them to me, so how about now, right? Like I'm ready, like let's do that, let's go for it. So that's how I know about it. But there is point number two, right? So the first one would be routine. Choose the place and continuously do it there. The important part is that it will take time, okay? It will not take like, a week or two. It may take like a year, okay? So it depends on your iguana. So when you just get them as a hatchling, as a baby, the first year is establishing your relationships, okay? So don't expect anything in the first year. But after that, they will get the cues, they will understand how it all works, right? So it is not a dog, not a cat, it's a different type. So with the reptiles, the first year is just getting the relationship started. But when you finally got it, right, you will start, building these routines. But you have to build the routines for the entire year, for the first year. It's just they're not going to be getting them, okay? The first year will be like, they will be like eating 40 miles an hour around your house every time you try to touch them, look at them, or breathe like somewhere around them. So but that's normal, that's how they react. But after the first year, it's going to get better and better and better. So point number two, they will actually choose the place where they like it. For example, for Pazuzu, she has two other places where she has chosen where she likes to get her treats. One of them is the bridge that crosses one side of the apartment to the another, to another. So anyways, and she will go to that bridge and she will stay in the middle of the bridge and look at me, and she will like request her treats over there. And another is on the other side of her enclosure. She can go over there, and we used to get berries over there, so sometimes she will go there to ask for something, but that is quite rare. So sometimes I will offer her, trying to check out like, is it something you want? But that doesn't always work. Like that would be like 40% of cases. So for example, the second option is they would choose the place, and you have to just read what do they want where when they just stay there randomly and just stare at you, right? So you have to just offer them something, because sometimes there are places where she goes, for example, to poop, and she comes there and she wants me to carry her, little princess treatment. So, and I know that this part is like for pooping, this part is for treats. So I know that different behaviors mean different things. So for example, the bridge, like when she stays in the middle of the bridge, like turns to me and just starts staring, I know that she wants some treats. So that's option number two. Option number three, something that I have again mentioned in the first video, is pinning, look in the eye. So again, they have the pupil, and if you ask them, like always use the same word, right? Every time you give them, for example, if I give her berries, I say berries, 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 like 100,000 times, right? And for example, for us as humans, it could be quite annoying, as in like, why are you doing that? Like, you know what that is. And don't change the words. Don't be like strawberries, raspberries, like blackberries, blueberries. Like, no, these are all different words, right? You could use the word treat and use it for like flowers, berries, bananas, mangoes, and just use it for all of them, right? Or you could use different words like mango, banana, right? For example, she knows the word banana, and sometimes, very rarely, I give her banana because they're way too sweet. But yeah, but she knows the word berry, for example, because I use it every single time I give her berries, so she knows what it means. So when I come to her, I just look in her eye and I ask, do you want a berry? Right? And sometimes I have to repeat the word berry a couple of times, right? And I just look at her eye, and if her like pupil pins, right, it means yes. Sometimes she absolutely doesn't react, then it just means no. So that's another thing that you could do. Look in their eyes. They're very talkative over there, right? Because iguanas do not produce sounds. They can hiss at you if they're really annoyed or if they're hurt. So, but apart from hissing, there is no sounds, but they're not going to be hissing like every day. Like that's not going to be happening. So the only communications are eyes. So, and that was, I think, point number 3. So point number 4, that could be quite interesting, and it really depends on your iguana and how, how they are, how their personality is, and they can actually come to you. So, for example, Pazuzu will come to me, like when I'm sitting on my bed and like watching some vids and stuff, and she will come to me and she will sit on my lap being like, yeah, I need attention now, so how about you give me some? Because with iguanas also, it could be like, it's not you who's giving them attention, it's like they tell you when this attention is gonna be provided, right? So that's how it works. So sometimes when I want to give her attention, that actually was the reason why I got a dog, because like I wanted to like be like, oh, I want to give you some attention, I want to play with you, I want to like touch you, and Pazuzu will be like, yeah, we ain't doing that right now, like done. And okay, have a nice day, sweetheart. I'm gonna go now. So yeah, that's something to be aware of. So usually I wait till she comes to me. Of course, I'm still being assertive and I'm still touching her every single day, so she will remember the touch and she will be used to it, and that will be normal to her, right? But she will come to me to to ask for this touch, or sometimes she will come, for example, if she knows that on my like bedside table, sometimes I will put like this box of berries. I will put it on my bedside table after I fed it to her, because like I'm doing some stuff, and she knows that I put them there. So if I didn't react to any of her cues, she will go down, get to my bed, get to this bedside table, and will start like looking at the top of the bedside table, being like, so like you got them berries, lady? Like, how about reacting to what I've asked you to? So they could be quite, interesting in that way. So they can actually ask you quite a lot about that. So yeah, here we go. So these are quite a couple of methods that you could use to read your iguana. Okay. So thank you so very much. If you have any questions, ask in the comment section below. Okay, and I can answer you about iguanas. If you have questions about like lay boxes, surgeries, maybe iguana bites or anything else, let me know, and it's gonna be in the next one. Ciao, cheers.